Picture Italy in the 14th century, not a country, but a patchwork of rival city-states. Among the fiercest enemies, Bologna and Modena, these two cities, just down the road from each other, spent centuries locked in a game of one-upmanship. It wasn't just politics. Religion, trade, and plain old pride kept the feud burning. Bologna sided with the Guelphs, the Pope's crew. Modena threw in with the Ghibellines, backers of the Holy Roman Emperor. But here's where things get wild. Legend says the war that broke out wasn't sparked by a border dispute or a big betrayal. It was all about a bucket. Supposedly, some Modenese soldiers crept into Bologna one night, yanked a sturdy oak bucket from a public well, and took off with it, just for laughs. Bologna wasn't amused. They demanded their bucket back. Modena? They just waved it around, basically saying, "Come and get it." You can probably guess what happened next. Bologna, furious and humiliated, called in every favour and ally, raising an army of about 30,000, seriously, over a wooden pail. Modena, massively outnumbered, scraped together 7,000 men, small but tough and disciplined. On November 15th, 1325, both sides met at Zappolino, near the Secchia River. It was a showdown of pride, and despite the odds, Modena's cavalry outmaneuvered Bologna. The battle was short, brutal, and a disaster for Bologna. Over 2,000 of their soldiers were killed, thousands more taken prisoner. And Modena, they celebrated by riding up to Bologna's gates, waving that bucket for everyone to see, just to rub salt in the wound. The War of the Oaken Bucket, as it became known, ended with Modena on top, and the bucket itself became a trophy. You can still see it today in Modena's Torre della Ghirlandina. Historians agree the bucket was just an excuse. The real reasons ran much deeper. Territory, power, Guelph versus Ghibelline. Still, the story stuck. In the 1600s, poet Alessandro Tassoni turned the whole absurd episode into a legendary satire, La Secchia Rapita, the stolen bucket. And if you ask me, it's a perfect example of how a silly symbol can spark very real chaos. Pride, rivalry, and a wooden bucket. That's history for you, sometimes stranger than fiction.